Hello, everybody. It's Joey, Valley TCG. Hope everyone is having a good day, a good week. All right, so today we are going to be talking about the Dawns. There's so many of them, so I probably won't be able to get through all of them. I'm going to make sure, though, I do cover a good distance in this video. I think it's a very exciting part of the market. Things are really, really popping off. So congratulations to those of you guys who did load up on certain Dawns before prices skyrocketed. I definitely didn't really, so I'm quite jealous that people are playing out or have blinged out their decks. Anyways, before I do that, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everyone's support. And do remember, guys, I am still doing my giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. So check out that video. It would be 2 videos ago. You'll see in the description of the video, or in the title of the video, where I'm opening up an OP07 booster box as well. So very exciting things. Anyways, all right. So moving on. So obviously, if I'm just looking at the most expensive Dawns, it's going to be all of the golden PRB01 Dawns. So first of all, I think I talked about this when this was like $200 and then right around $300. And currently it's at $350 for the lowest copy. And yeah, I mean, there's sales at this price, a decent number of sales at this price. So if you guys did buy when I was talking about it in prior videos, congrats. You guys have made moolah here. This is absolutely the most beautiful Dawn to exist thus far. That's just my opinion, but I think that the dollar number would agree with that. We'll have to see what they come out with in OP or PRBO2, right? PRBO2, they're going to do a lot more alternate art Dawns as well. So we haven't seen a real like a really good Luffy Dawn. I mean, obviously, there's this one. It's just his eyeball, so not the most exciting one. But, we'll see what they'll do with PRB02. The donkey, his, or Dofi, right? Dofi or Donkey Ote, his Dawn is $200 right now. It's the second most expensive one, and it is an absolutely crazy looking Dawn, I think, and very understandable why this is the second most expensive. Although I think this had a pretty quick acceleration. Yeah, it was $100 and then went all the way up to $200. The Yamato one, same thing, but it was around the same price. And now it's actually, whoa, so it's more expensive for the Yamato ones. I guess the average exchanging hand price is higher for Donkey or Dofi. I keep saying Donkey because if you guys have ever been to Japan or if you live in Hawaii, there's and I think parts of California, there's a supermarket called Don Quixote. Don Quixote Supermarket. Yeah, it's spelled like this. And it's a Japanese supermarket, and they call it Donkey. Yeah, so it's an absolutely crazy store. There's actually a ton of like action figures. So like you can find One Piece action figures in there, but I go there for just like the food and the snacks. All right, I'm totally digressing. So moving back to the Dawn stuff. So yeah, Yamato Dawn, $235 for this Dawn. There's only one left at this price before it jumps up to 240. This is crazy. Lots of these. Oh yeah, so like it was 185 and then it just boom, it went up to 240. So the average price that I was looking at hadn't even caught up yet. And then you have the Law one, which is $200. I think this is probably one of my favorites. And then the Ace Ace one, 200 bucks as well. Not a huge fan of this one, but I can see, people really like Ace as a character, so I can see why it's expensive. And then I want to show you guys some on the lower end, some of the less expensive versions of these Dons. So you could still potentially bling out your deck for, $700, $800, not, $2,000. Well, so like really, really cheap is what I'm trying to say here. Very affordable. But yeah, so the Hody Jones card is Dawn is 200 or 75 $76. And I guess there's not that many copies, so you might have to like kind of average out the amount that you pay. It's not working. Okay. All right. Moving on. The King one, $93 for this one, which I think is an exorbitant price. Let's just look at this. Yeah, I mean, it's really within the last few days that prices had jumped up to about $100. Well, I guess one copy came off at 60 bucks, but on average, a lot of this, is now trading hands at 90 to $100. I think this Don looks terrible. That's just me. This is kind of like S&M, whips and chains type of vibe to it. So not my cup of tea, no judgment, and then the least expensive Don, $90, 91 bucks, on average price at least. So definitely, I mean, look at this, right? Last month, $40, a bunch changed hands at 40 bucks, and then boom, it's now $100 a card. That's just funky. I actually don't mind this card too much. I think it's quite good looking as a card. And then so that's it for all the gold ones, right? And then the only other Dons that could reach around the Gold Dawn level are the. This is, I mean, I guess this came out close to release of the game, where a lot of people were able to get these foil straw hat crew based Dons, and I've been looking to like collect some of these, and it's always been really expensive. So if you look going back a year, this is on another rare, another not near mint. So a year ago, right, this was still 80 something dollars. Now it's 114 bucks. I really like these Dons. I'm not gonna lie. I think these are so like it makes sense why they're so highly valued. Like there's so much character in these Dons. I mean, this is obviously Chopper's Dawn, which I thought was interesting that his was the most expensive. The second most expensive is Zoro at, let's see, near mint, 85 bucks. It's always been around that price. Yeah, so taking a look here, $100, now down to $85. Yeah, Mystic TCG has 16 copies. That's kind of crazy. I wonder why they have 16 copies. But there's definitely, I'd imagine people trading some of these Dons in for these Dons, right? You're always the people who are, money slapping or blaying out their decks. They're always going to go after the most expensive stuff. So when this was the most expensive version, a lot of people had these Dons, and then now they're not. So people are trading out into the most expensive ones. And then obviously the Nami one, I don't like I personally am not a huge fan of this art on here. Doesn't really spell out Nami to me. But yeah, I mean, for this card near mint, there's just 2 copies, so not too many copies left. And it is, oh, this is a graded version. Huh, funky. So $90. There's not that many left. And then the cheapest one is the Brook one, poor Brook, and it is $42 for this Dawn. So there you go. And then moving onwards, like we have, so I'm just gonna show you guys. So obviously we had all the Straw Hat ones, and then some special like celebration pack versions, or first anniversary Dawn pack, or this gold Dawn, and then you move on to the double packs, right? So kind of want to skip some of the other ones because they were like event only type of Dawns, not as accessible. Whereas like for example, the Boa Hancock double pack set volume 4, I mean, this is a $8 Dawn, right? This is a $8 Dawn for OPO7's double pack. So there's, they definitely don't print enough of these double packs, like to be fair, which is why these things are so valuable. But it's still pretty crazy to me that this double pack Dawn is $8. That's a sizable amount of money. So if, like, let's say you went to Target or Walmart around release, and you happens to like get a bunch of these double packs during that week, and you have some of these lying around, and you don't really want to play these Dawns anymore, just a heads up, they're worth some money now. And same thing with this, right? This is from is this OP04? OPO5's double pack. I forget which one exactly, but $6 for this I Love You Dawn. I can look this up actually. I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. It has to be this one then. Yeah, so it's OPO4's. So the very first double pack. They definitely didn't print enough of these, like, at all. So yeah, $6 for this Dawn. I think that's actually quite reasonable. I wouldn't even say like, oh, you have to sell now. But my mantra is always that if you're not using certain cards and you don't plan really on keeping it long term, sell it at a decent price, whatever seems fair to you. But if you see prices like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, not a huge huge spike in it in like a whole year. I don't know if there's going to be a period where this card gets like a huge spike. But there might be. So I could be totally wrong here. We could have this huge wave of players back into One Piece. Maybe they'll release like a One Piece mobile card game, and that will get a lot of people into the game, like they did with Pokemon Pocket and some like Pokemon Go type of thing, where people got really interested in the card game. It's possible. Um, I would say that I'm not betting on that. But barring those types of crazy events where you get a lot of new incremental players into the game, you have, for some of these cards, I think they're going to have a very stable price. And when you have a stable price, you could think about trading out is what I would say. And then lastly, what I want to talk about, and this was funny to me, and I really didn't realize this until I started working on this video, are all of these PRB01 Dawns that are not, I repeat, they are not foil, right? So you have this Dofi non-foil Dawn, and it's $1.65. I was looking through my bulk. I have one, right? And if I ended up opening more, if I end up opening, let's say, another booster box of PRB01, I think we're going to find a couple more of these. So at $1.65 each, that's reasonable. That's very good price for people to exit, right? The Uta one is $1.61. You have these other ones. Let's just kind of go into this. These are all above $1 each. So $1 for the Reiju one, $1.40 for the Perona one, and this actually went up to $2 at one point. Zoro, it's only 75 cents. That's surprising to me. Oh, only a couple copies at that price. And then it goes up to $1.40. And then you have the law one at $1 to, a little bit over that. So I would just say that like these are really, really good prices. If you were to open a single PRBO1 booster box, you probably have 4, 5, 6 of these items. And look, $1.20, $1.30 each times 6, that's like $8, right? That's like 7.50, something like that. And guys, what where I'm trying to go with this, right? That is a whole Chipotle burrito. That's all I'm saying. That's Chipotle money. And I'm looking out for your Chipotle money, right? Like, I want to make sure you guys have enough chunk of change to go and have yourself a nice chicken burrito. And I would just say that, these prices, that's crazy. I think that's absolutely crazy. And that's absolutely a reason for you to sell. But yeah, I mean, that's really it for me, guys. I don't think I have anything else here. Um, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope everyone's having a good week. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the market prices today. Do you guys have any of these dons lying around? Yeah, let me know. Love to hear it. And thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys next time.